So you guys want to create a swap partition in Linux? I heard the request. Come over here and I'll explain you guys how it's done. So let's create a swap partition in Linux. Really quick, let me show you. So I have here one of our well-known build rocking machines that we have been working on throughout all of this video series, and this is one of them. So first of all, you need to find the disk partition where you want to build your swap partition at. So there are many ways to do that. I'm going to put, I never know which corner it's going to show up, but I'm going to put in the corner. If you are watching this on the short form, go and check the long form. I'm going to put in the corner a link for a video with more instructions about much more detail about partitioning and all of that good stuff. I'm going to put there a video for you to watch and also in the description. But basically, do LSBLK. That's one way to do it. Keyboard warrior stop. I know that there are many ways to do this. I know that, but this is one way. So I'm going to use this partition, the drive here, NVMe 0N4. This is the one I'm going to use, and I'm going to use fdisk for this. So fdisk, and I'm going to do /dev and the partition and the drive. Okay, you can use fdisk, you can use gdisk, you can use parted, gparted, whatever you want to do. This can be on GPT, on MBR, whatever. Go and check that video, that long form video. It's a very long video with all the details, but pick a disk. It doesn't have to be an empty disk. It can be a disk with just available space, and you are good to go. Okay. So now we're going to print here, and as you can see, it's an empty disk. It can be any disk. Okay. It can be any disk. You can use fdisk, gdisk, parted, gparted, whatever. It doesn't have to be a completely new disk. It can be just a disk with some free space available. You just need some space to create a partition. Go and check out those videos. I'm going to build a new partition, okay? And in this case, I'm going to make a primary partition. It doesn't have to be primary. It doesn't have to be MBR. I'm doing an MBR. It can be GPT, just an empty partition. And the partition is going to be as big you want the swap file to be. I'm going to build a 10 gigabyte swap partition. Can be bigger, it can be smaller. The partition size is going to be as big as a swap partition you want it to be. So if you want to have a 10 gigabyte swap partition, it has to be a 10 gigabyte big partition. So if you want a 10 gig swap file, if you want a 10 gig swap space, you need to be a 10 gig partition. Okay. So in other words, if you need 10 gigabytes of swap space, the partition needs to be 10 gigabytes long. It doesn't have to be a partition. It can be a file. Again, I'm going to link down below other videos where I explain details all about partitions, and swap files. Okay. But this is a partition. It can be number one. So I'll accept the suggestion. It can start here. It's fine. I'm going to make it 10 gigabytes big. Again, go to those videos for more details. Okay, print, and it's good. Now I'm going to mark the type as swap. Okay, if you don't remember, you just type L, you get the list, and in the bottom you get the most common ones. If you are using an older Linux, it will not show this shortcut down below, but you can check up above, and you are good to go. Okay, so we want 82, which is swap space. Print. And it shows up exactly like that. So it's all looking good. I'm going to save, and everything's looking good. Sometimes saving does not work this well. Sometimes saving requires a reboot and other stuff. Again, go and check those videos. Then you're going to format this partition. So lsblk again. So this is a partition you want to format. How? mkswap /dev, and then the partition name. It's done. Okay, I have the partition there, and it's formatted with the right file system to be a swap partition. Next, we need to make this accessible to the system. Okay, so if I do swap on -s for status, you will see that the new one is not there. So this one does not show up in the list yet. Okay, so you can activate it by hand, but this will not prevail the reboot, or you can make it so it will survive the reboot. To activate by hand, it will have immediate effects, but it will not survive the reboot. You do swap on sorry, swap on, okay, and just do the /dev/dem. Now, if you do the status, you'll see that the new partition, it's already being considered by the kernel as additional swap space. You're done. You have the swap on, and you also have the swap off. Okay, you can also disable swap space by doing the swap off. Okay, let's keep the swap on up. Let's go to the status. But this will not survive the reboot. Okay, if you reboot the server now, this will not survive the reboot. So to make it permanent, you go to the etc fs tab. I'm going to copy this. You'll see why in a second. My FS tab, it's a little bit more complicated than most, but I have here a section all about swap spaces. You don't have to create, it doesn't have to be that pretty in your case. It can be a little bit more sloppy, but I like it like that. So I'll just open a new line here, and I just paste the device. I say swap, okay? And default 00 will be plenty, okay? Then I will save, just check, pause the video here and you'll see the details. Then you do swap on -A to activate, okay? It's throwing me an error, but that's fine, it doesn't affect me. This will activate all the swap spaces listed on FS tab. So if I do swap off to that one, I just add it. It's not there, right? But if I do the swap on -A to read the FS tab, it will show up as being there again, okay? So the the -A will read the FS tab, it's going to read the FS tab, and it's going to apply the changes. In this case, it's going to add back my swap space. Cool? Cool. This is how you create a swap partition in Linux. Check my videos below and the ones I will list somewhere here for more details, a more extended explanation how this works. Anyways, like, subscribe, and comment. Please ask any questions. I'm really happy to answer all the questions you might have. And I'll see you in the next one. Cheers, guys. Where is it? There it is.